Hello everyone, welcome back. We are jumping back in doing some more work on my iCads because I haven't touched them again since we last, I think about a week ago, when I had last posted a video catching up on iCads. So the reason I got caught out was because I hadn't printed off or found any more poetry I wanted. So today I made that effort. I sat down with my phone and went through and found some more poetry, quotes, lyrics, whatever, put them together on a sheet, printed them off, so I'm now nice and ahead. There's one that I know I want to use this image. We found this one last time, I think. Yeah, so I've got a poem that I want, or something I want to use with that. So let's grab out a few cards. Who knows how many we'll get done. This is my stack of cards that I've completed. So I'm doing okay. I am definitely behind. But, I mean, I've done, how many? 38 of them. I should be at, like, 55 or something now. So I'm definitely behind. But let's see if we can get a few more done today and get a touch more caught up. That's my plan. So I know I want to do one with this. And I'm probably just going to use this as the background on that one. So might as well just jump in and get that one done right off the bat, because I know what I'm doing with this one. I have this, now what was it? Here. There is something beautiful coming, even if only the sun, by Ash Vernon. So I thought that this sun image would look really pretty with that. So that's the plan, Stan. Let's jump in with a glue stick. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get in there and get that image glued on, and then we can get that quote glued on, and we'll be rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling. So I'm going to just hold it up. I'm holding it up to the window. So I'm sorry that this is probably looking really awkward for you. It is helpful for me. I just want to get that a tiny, oh, it's actually not bad. I don't know if it's quite straight, but it's, oh, come on. It's really sticking down. I think that's probably a touch better. So stuck that down. Let's cut it out and see how it looks. Hopefully good. I've got those flowers there that I'm noticing too, which I will be able to hopefully kind of save potentially, maybe for another iCad that we do today. Who knows? I have found that a lot of the poetry that I have chosen, or quotes, or whatever we're gonna, whatever words that I've chosen, often has a lot to do with like nature and flowers. And I mean, night sky, or skies in general, and flowers and all sorts of things often. So this has got, it's on a bit of a wonky lean. I think it might have been weird in the image. Let's have a look. If we put that back in there, like, why does it look so wonky compared to the page? And it's because it's got this like sort of a shape, but that is fine. That is okay, fine. I'm going to grab my corner rounder because I have been rounding the corners on this. I'm liking how that looks, so I'm going to get that. Maybe could have waited for the glue to dry a little more, but it seems to be working okay. This one did not go very well. That's better. Okay. So there's my background image. Let's cut out that quote and stick it down, and immediately we will have an iCad done. So that's nice and fast, straight off the bat, getting one done. Sometimes I've been doing them this simply, where I'm just like one image in the background, and then the quote, the words. So sometimes they're this simple, and sometimes I am adding a bit more layering in the background. Now, here's my next question. Do I have, oh, I do, that's good. I was wondering if I'd brought this back in here, my little tacky glue bottle, because I had been using it out in my dining room recently, and I've been away for a few days, and I just can't remember where anything is. Yeah, I spent a couple of days in the city. Tuesday and Wednesday this week I was in the city. I stayed overnight at a friend's house, and I went to a really fun child-free event, which was cool. It was, an event for people who do not have children, to meet other people who do not have children. So that was really fun. Yeah, it was a really fun night, actually. I really enjoyed myself. It was really nice being with people similar to me for a change, because most people I know are, not all obviously, but a lot of my friend group are mothers, and so it was quite nice to like spend an evening talking to people that weren't. about all sorts of things. Like some of the conversations was about the fact that we didn't have children, and some of the conversations were about all sorts of things. And I loved, because the person organizing the event, she had, when we bought tickets for the event, she had asked like people to write down some little things like about themselves and like things they were interested in and things like that. And I got sat at a table full of crafty people. So how freaking good is that I got to spend the evening with a bunch of crafty people. It was fun. It was really fun getting to know some new people. Yeah, it was a really nice night. This is clogged. I am never quite sure how I managed to have this clogged all the time, even with the pin in it. I've still not put nail polish on this to protect it from rusting, so it is still just rusting away in there. Hopefully that will have helped. Oh, look how brown and rusty that is. Ooh, that's pretty gross. I'm going to just sort of wipe some of the worst of that rust off. I don't think it probably matters. It's going to be glued down, but yeah, I need to do something about that pin, because that glue is not white. It is very brown. Oh well. Oh, and I've got a little bit on the front. It's not bad. It's wipeable, sort of. It's fine. I'm not too fussed. Yeah, so that was what... Wow, that is disgusting. I'm just going to squeeze out a bit onto some tissue beside me there, just to get the worst of that brown out, because that's really gross. There we go. Now we're getting some proper glue coming out there. It's a lot better. There is something beautiful coming, even if it is only the sun. I think that is lovely. I'm getting glue absolutely everywhere on this one. Lucky these cards are just for me. And I don't really care too much if they're a bit mucky. Oh, that glue is coming out so nicely now that I just gave that a good like squeeze out and got all of the rust clumps out of the nozzle. My gosh. Okay, good. So we've actually got a whole iCad done now. Other than the glitter, which I would probably glitter them all at the end again like we did last week. But that's one card done. Super easy. Super fun. Okay, let's put that pin back in. I'm going to definitely need to do some nail polishing on that to try and stop the rust. Okay, let's choose out another quote that we could work with. I've got a lot here. Oh, I liked this one. I really just want to be the warm yellow light that pours all over everyone I love. I feel like we could do a fun yellowy based background. I also had these that I pulled out. I was doing a magazine harvest this morning for Patreon, and I really liked these, like, really, what are they? They're like tapestries or something, and they're super pretty and textury looking, and I wonder, have I got anything here that could work? Maybe this one. I don't know, like it would be fine. I'm just looking for something that doesn't have like the same visuals in it. So some of them to me have a strong visual, like this one talks about wildflowers. So for me, I would want to include wildflowers. This one talks about the moon, so I'd probably want to include the moon. I do not have to. There's no rules about it, but I'm looking for ones that don't have like a strong like physical visual for me. I actually think I might, maybe this one. All the parts of me I once abandoned. I decided one day I would walk them back home, one by one, and when all the pieces of me were finally together, finding themselves under the same roof once again, I realized I had always been beautiful. That's lovely. I think that, I don't know if I want to put this on the background of that though. I'm thinking this one. Hung on my bedroom wall is the quote attributed to Joan of Arc. I am not afraid. I was born to do this. However my life unfolds, goes my thinking, is how I meant to live it. However my life unspools itself, I was created to bear it. I think I'm going to use one of those for this one. I think I'm going with this one. I don't really have a reason. I am though. I'm just going to go with that one, and I'm going to use that quote, and it's going to be nice and simple. I need to do some simple ones because, I mean, I've got plenty of simple ones, don't get me wrong. But because I'm so behind and I really desperately want to get a bit caught up because we are really coming to the end of July now. So I really want to get a lot of them caught up on, because July is when ICAD, like when August begins, ICAD is over. Can you believe it? We've done it for 2 months. I've obviously not been keeping up with it for the 2 months, but 2 months of ICAD will be done until next year. So I kind of want to get my butt into action and get them finished. That is why you're getting 2 ICAD videos like a week apart, because I'm just really wanting to do it. And obviously I'm not doing it really in between the filming, am I? I spent a lot of last week actually working on Patreon mail for July, so I didn't get a lot of other, I mean, I was just doing my regular journaling, and then Patreon mail was like my extracurricular creativity, really. I'm almost finished Patreon mail for July. I've got to just do one more thing, so almost done. And then that will get mailed out. So I've got this little scrap. I'm deciding if I keep it. I think I will, because I'm a hoarder. Let's see how it looks. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, I really like it. I really like it. And I think this quote's quite a big one. It will cover a lot. So it's kind of nice that there's not any like focal image that your eyes are supposed to look at too much. Like it's all over, just a nice textured background. Because the quote's going to cover a lot of it. You're not going to see heaps left over. I'm actually going to trim that down like that first. Get right into against the edges of where the words are. And now we'll start cutting them down. And lining them up. So that one I think I could trim down a little touch more off there. And we'll see if this all fits and hope that it does. I think it should do, but obviously, I mean, it does when it's like this, but when I have to leave a little gap between each of them, it expands it quite a lot. So we'll see. We'll see. What have you guys been up to this week? Like I said, I went to that event, that child-free evening, which was just amazing. And that was a big thing for me. I decided for, because this is not the type of thing I normally do. I am really shy. So going to an event by myself where I know nobody was super intimidating. So that was part of my courage year thing. A lot of you guys may know, if you've been following me this year, my word of the year is courage. And I thought of you, Tiffany, when I went out to this event, because I thought of you and how brave and courageous you are going out to stuff like this all the time. So you were definitely on my mind. I definitely was channeling your energy for this evening, going out and meeting new people and being brave. So I did that, and that was really fun. And I even tried steak tartare. Is that how you say it? Where it's like raw beef. That is not a me thing, and I tried it because I thought, you know what, I'm being brave, let's try it. I mean, I didn't order it. I would never order it. It was like one of those evenings where there was like several different foods put out on the table for the people of your group table to share. So I tried it. It wasn't for me, and I suspected that. I'm not a big raw meat person. I don't know anyone here who likes raw steak, like fully raw, let me know. It was for reals not my texture jam. It was pretty raw. But I decided I'm already here doing something really brave. I'm gonna be brave and try food that I would never ever eat in my life. So I felt proud of myself for giving something a go. It definitely was not for me. However, the event overall was for me, so I enjoyed myself. Yeah, and then I also had a massage. That was pretty nice. My husband had given me a massage for Mother's Day, and you might be thinking, if you are new to my channel, what in the world? You had a Mother's Day present and you went to a child-free event. What is the deal with you then? I am a bereaved mother. So I am a mother. I had 3 children and they all passed away when they were little, when they were first born. All separately, like it wasn't like triplets or anything like that. They were all born at different times. and all of them passed away because all of them were born in the second trimester at varying stages and were too little. So I have had a lot of grief over the last coming up 7, well, it's been 6.5 years, let's say, since my son, my first baby, was born. And I am now settling into this life of no children and trying to figure out what life looks like when you expected to have children and you cannot. So that was why I was deciding to try out a child-free event. I have had people in my life who have been friends without children before, and then they've gone and had children, and so which is wonderful, you know, that's totally wonderful. I would want them to be able to have children if they want to have children, that is for sure. I don't wish this on anybody, but it has left a little space in my life where I'm looking to meet some people who have no children that can kind of relate to having no children, if that makes sense. So that was really an interesting and fun evening. Very fun. And I got seated at a really great table. Honestly, I was really pleased with the people that I was seated with. That is so tiny. That line is just the word it. It. Okay, so I'm just trying to now get it. I'm going to try and line it up so that I'm happy with the spacing of everything. I think actually I'm going to maybe do it like that, so that the quote part's at the top and then the author is down the bottom. So let's go ahead and put that down here, sort of in the middle. Do I like it all centralized like that? Sometimes I like it like that. Sometimes I like it all kind of all over the show, but I think I'm just going to go for it in the middle for now. I think maybe it's easier with less lines to be able to play around with them a bit more, but there are so many lines on this one that I just kind of want to get them glued down in order without mucking it up, because I'm never going to be able to put it back together if I bump these quote things everywhere. Oh, it's so fiddly and I really want more coffee. I've only had one coffee this morning and I am tired. I am absolutely exhausted because I was away. After that event that I was telling you about, I went to a friend's house and stayed over at her house, and we stayed up until like 2:30 in the morning-ish, and then we were up getting her kids to school and, you know, before school. So I think I had about 4 hours of sleep, around about 4 hours of sleep, and then I spent the next whole day in the city. And the city, I find going into the city really exhausting, like really tiring. So I'd had a whole day on Tuesday in the city, and then 4 hours of sleep, and then a whole day on Friday, and no, not Friday, Wednesday. Gosh, today's Friday. Wednesday in the city. Today's Thursday. Oh, my brain is gone, friends. I spent the whole day Wednesday in the city, came home quite late-ish. Oh no, we're getting all mixed up here. Came home in the evening, and so I did have a decent sleep. I did not wake up until 9 a.m. this morning, which is much later than usual for me. I'm normally quite a late sleeper, I find. I mean, I don't really know. I think sleeping in and what is a normal sleep-in time is very what is the word I am looking for? Subjective? It's subjective. Everybody's going to think of a different thing as what a sleep-in is. You know, some people are like, what? It's 6 a.m. I've slept in. What a sleep-in? And then other people are going to be like, why do I have to be up so early? It's 9 o'clock. You know? Everybody's different on what is a sleep-in. And I honestly think there is no real there's no morality to where you sleep. Like, you just sleep. Everyone has the same number of hours and you just sleep in different areas of that 24 hours, you know? Wherever you sleep is good. Now, I've lost the track of what I'm on here. However my life unfolds, goes my thinking. Thinking is the word I'm looking for next. Goes my thinking. I got them all muddled up and now I'm trying to get them back into the order that I know they belong in, if I can remember it. Goes my thinking. I think it is how I'm meant to live it. Yes, that now I'm getting back on track. Now I'm realizing where I'm supposed to be with this. Good. And I can't remember the point of any of my stories. Oh, that I'm tired, I think. So if like I have been if I'm all over the shop with what I'm saying and nothing makes any sense, it's because I am not even remotely caught up on sleep. I feel so pooped today. I just am exhausted, but sometimes that's a beautiful feeling, don't you think? Like, I've just had I've had a really truly wonderful night away, and so I'm really grateful for it. So I'm okay with being really tired. Like, that can be just sort of like a really satisfying feeling. I'm so tired because I really spent a beautiful time with beautiful people and got to know some new friends and catch up with some old friends and spend some quality time with myself in amongst that, like having a massage and doing some journaling and things like that. And so I'm very grateful. I'm okay with being really tired because I'm just really grateful for the beautiful life that I'm living, even if it wasn't what I expected. Like this quote says, I'm not afraid, I was born to do this. However my life unfolds, goes my thinking, is how I'm meant to live it. However my life unspills itself, I was created to bear it. So I believe that. I really liked this. So it feels nice and relevant for what I was talking about. Life was not what I expected or wanted, but I can bear it and I can love it. So let's punch these or round these corners. And then we've done 2. Going well. Look at that. So I'm just going to write on the backs of these. I have been doing that typically. So where did I say I'd gotten up to? I think it was 38, wasn't it? 38. So this will be 39, this one here, because this was the next one we did. So I've been writing on the bottom, iCAD 24, day 39. And then this is iCAD 24, day 40. So we're up to the 40s now. That's good news, friends. That is good news. Okay. Let's have a look here. See if there's anything in amongst this that jumps out at me as something I want to do. This one has the word courage in it, which, like I said before, is my word for this year. It's courage. So with that, I think that I'll probably eventually end up adding this to my courage book. I'm doing one little word, so I have a journal that I'm working through for the whole year to do with courage. So I'll probably end up adding this to that. So I kind of want to maybe make that one fit with my color palette, which has been a lot of like golds and oranges and things like that. So maybe we can use that, knowing that we've got that color palette in mind. We could cut that quote out and do what we will with it. So this quote says, allow the subtle things to be glorious. Flip fear into courage, sweetly anticipate nothing in particular, be rocked and riveted by the ordinary. Think poetically, look for beauty, create magic, be love. I love that so much. Oh, that just feels like, I don't know, it just really resonates with me and how I think as a person. So I'm just looking through this box. This is a lot of magazine images. That's been the basis of my whole project, has been using like kind of shiny magazine images typically and poetry. So I found some like orangey gold colors here. I quite like this piece here. I'm just digging through to see if I can find colors. Oh, that's nice. Some colors that I could use. This one we might get a little more collagey perhaps. Tear up some bits and add them on top. What's that? There's a bit of orange. I mean, it doesn't have to be all orange. I'd just like to have a bit of orange colouring in there. Remind me again what that quote said. Allow the subtle things to be glorious. Flip fear into courage. Anticipate nothing in particular. Sweetly anticipate nothing in particular. Be rocked and riveted by the ordinary. Think poetically. Look for beauty. Create magic. Be love. Oh my gosh. Every time I read it, I just love it even more. It really resonates with, yeah, how I feel about the world. So I love it. This is a fun piece. Could use a bit of that. I'm just, yeah, flipping through, seeing what I can spot that gives me good feelings about this. and that I think will kind of work in color-wise maybe with, I mean, I'm not fussy about it with my one little word journal. It doesn't have to be in that color palette. That just seems to be, I just seem to have a lot of like golds and oranges and whatnot in there. Like there's some jewelry that we could maybe cut out. I do quite enjoy sometimes adding bits of jewelry. Anything else? What's this? Fortune favors the brave. I actually really want to maybe use that in my one little word journal too, because it's got that word brave. And obviously courage is my actual word, but brave kind of, you know, it is pretty synonymous in my opinion. This has got some interest on it. I don't know. Okay, now I also pulled something else out this morning, and I just want to remind myself that I have these flowers down here. I'm just going to cut them out and keep them on my table. I don't need the rest of this, I don't think. Now I cut something else out. Cut it out or tore out a page this morning that had a bunch of gold on it. Like there was this here that I thought could be really interesting. So maybe some of that could get used on a card now too. Oh, I'm into that idea. So here's my little quote. I'll tuck that up there. I want to use some of this. I want to use maybe some of this. Some orange. Let's just start ripping some parts out. That was a weird shape. Let's see what we can do with that. So I'm thinking on the card I'll add a bit of this. I want to add a bit of the gold. Might actually go from this side. Like a bit of that. It's just interesting. Interesting texture. We're going to go with this part maybe. Was that going to be long enough? Yes, it is. So let's maybe add that and then some of this gold maybe. Do I want a bit of that as well maybe? Yeah, I think that could work. And then I think I might want just a wee hint more of like real orange tones maybe down here. Okay, that looks good. That looks nice. Okay, we've got a lot of orange going on there in gold, which I dig. I love orange and gold. Some of my favorite colors is like mustardy, goldy yellows, and orange is like really rusty looking oranges. Some of my faves. I was talking on my Patreon video this morning as well. Been really digging like rich burgundy colors and stuff as well recently, which is new for me. Haven't been a red girl really, but it's a new fave. So I love that my colors always are changing and what I love and what I'm appreciating. So fun, never being stagnant on what I am enjoying, and things always shifting. I don't know, it's so good. I'm gonna just pop that there. That can go here. Now where did that goldy part go? Right there. That is gonna go here, and then wait, do I want that one on top or that one on top? I think I want that one on top. So this one can go down first. This, and then this part can go down next like that, and then I'm going to add this orangey piece on about there I think, and then we'll give it a wee trim down all of our edges. So that's going to go about there. I think that looks pretty interesting and good. Works for what I need it to do. And it's going to look beautiful in my one little word journal when I'm done. So this might go in for either July or August. We'll see. Because I'm not using the cards until August, because I want to do like a final YouTube flip through of all of them. Because you guys have seen some, but you haven't seen all of the ones that I've made yet. You've only seen actually probably a smallish handful of what I've made for iCAD. So I really want to do a little flip through at the end of, well, probably beginning of August when they're all done. And just sort of share what I've made, because I'm really proud. I'm really proud of it. I love iCAD. It's one of my favorite challenges. Right, where did I put that punch? Here. Let's punch those corners off. Get them rounded. And then we'll stick our quote down, and it can go up. I can have a look at it in that direction too, because it doesn't have any like definite direction. It could go this way, which I actually think I might like, which is not how I made it, but I Wonder if I like it that way up, actually. Right, let's trim this down and get our lines allowed. I don't know what I'm talking about. Get our lines cut. I don't know. I think I read the word allow while I was talking. That is all I can think of as to why I said aloud. I am going to guess that that is what happened there, because that is not an uncommon thing for me, where I'll read something and I'm talking and then I say what I've read rather than what I'm thinking. So I'm a little ding dong like that. That just wants a little trim. There we go. And I just love that it has the word courage in it. Courage has been just a beautiful word for me this year. I have just loved it. Do you guys do like a word of the year? Do you guys do one little word, like Ellie Edwards, one little word course? I would be really keen to hear if you do that, because I love it. Couldn't recommend it more highly. I really love it. And yeah, I would love to hear from anyone who is doing it and what their word of the year is. Even if you're not doing it, but you've got a word for the year, please let me know, because I love words for the year. And, you know, we're kind of really just in the middle of the year, but the words start coming to you for next year already for me. I don't know. I'm already pondering over some other words that I might want to like spend a year hanging out with, you know. Because honestly, the word courage now really feels like a friend. Like I see the word courage written somewhere or whatever. I've used a lion as a symbol of courage quite a lot for me for this year. I love having like an animal of the year that goes along with my word. And so when I see lions, like it really like is like, oh, courage, there's courage. Like it just feels like I'm getting like a little visit from my friend, which is a word that's just supporting me in this year. So I don't know, I really love it, and I'm looking forward to finishing off this year with courage and seeing what next year's word is going to be for me. I have no idea at this point, but I love like thinking about words. So if you guys have a word, let me know, and if you've been enjoying your word, let me know. I love talking about words, like word of the year kind of deal. It's very fun to me. All my family chose words of the year. They're not, I don't know how many of them have really thought about it much again though, since we discussed it at the end of last year or beginning of this year. I don't know. I would have to actually go back and talk to them and ask them what was their word, and if I'm going to do that. I'm going to write that down somewhere, that I need to ask them, what was your word again, and have you had any, like, what have you thought about it? I know that James's word was learning. He wanted to do some learning this year, and he certainly has, I think. He did a little course in marketing at the beginning of the year that he really, well, he liked and didn't like. I don't know. Parts of both. I think studying is hard work when you're working full-time as well. But so proud of him for doing it. And yeah, he's been learning how to make reels and like be on Instagram and YouTube. He's been doing that with his metal detecting, which is so fun. I will try and like link him somewhere. I've got to remind myself who I've mentioned in this video. I know I talked about Tiffany, because she was an inspiration for going out. So I'll write Tiffany's channel down, because she has a great channel, and I'll write James down. I can, in case any of you guys are interested in metal detecting, because it's a fascinating hobby. It really is. So he just has he's just doing like shorts and reels kind of things at this point, but he may do some more long form videos in the future as well, which would be super cool. I'm not sure if he plans to do that or not, but go and check it out if you think that you would be interested in seeing what my husband is doing with his metal detecting, because it's fun. It's really fun. I know some of you guys have followed him from my Instagram. I shared one of his reels there, and I had a few of you guys go and follow him, which was so nice. He's really excited about it, and I'm really happy for him. He loves metal detecting. And he loves learning too, so he's really enjoying the like learning curve of like making reels and filming parts of his like of the hunt, you know. And that's so fun for him because he can be someone who can get quite like he'll be like, I don't really have hobbies, and I'm like, dude, you do, so you just forget. You just don't do them for a while, and then you're like, I don't have hobbies. But he loves metal detecting, and he can't do it for parts of the year very well because, well, he can, but in the summer you can't like dig in parks because you'll ruin the grass if it's too hot. So he can only kind of do the park digs in the winter where it's really wet, because you dig out a circle around where you want to like dig up, and you pull it out like it's like a plug. You find your coin or your whatever, and then you can put the plug of dirt back in and it will just keep growing because there's enough moisture that it's not going to really bother the grass at all. But if it's really dry, then you can't do that. So he's enjoying the fact that it is winter here and he can get out there and detect and dig around in the parks and things like that. So that's really fun. Definitely recommend checking out his videos if you are interested in that sort of thing. It's like treasure hunting, you know. It's really cool. What else do I have to tell you guys? I don't even know. I think that this is what I can tell you is that I've accidentally glued all of this like off to the side too much. Que sera, sera. What will be will be. It's fine. And then I'm going to put that one down like there-ish. And that one's done. Let's write iCAD 41. Well, iCAD 24, day 41. Neat. Got 3 done. How long have we been going? Do I have time to do more? Oh yeah, we've got a little time. 36 minutes. I'm going to turn my electric blanket back on, so excuse the beeping that you'll hear. That's what it does when I turn my blanket back on. It's turned itself off. It turns itself off after 3 hours, so I've obviously had it on for more than 3 hours. Have a little coffee. Okay. What do we want to do next? Now, I have a few here about the moon and stars, which I don't think I'm going to do today because last week when we did this, I struggled so much to find any like starry things. So I feel like I don't want to have to go and try and do that again right at this moment. I'll do that when I'm not trying to film, maybe. I like this one. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. That's nice. I like this one too. It's July and I have hope in who I am becoming. That one's fun. Let's try and use some of this little thing of flowers. We've got that sitting here, so let's use that. I know I've got another one here about flowers. Some people could be given an entire field of roses and only see the thorns in it. Others could be given a single weed and only see the wildflower in it. Perception is a key component to gratitude, and gratitude is a key component to joy. I love that. So I might have one that's got like roses or something in there, or I don't know, we might not use those flowers. I might use one with roses because I think I have got some rose things in this tub. I've got so many more places I could be looking, but I have this tub. See, I've got that, and that is absolutely peak beautiful photo to me, and I've been hoarding it. And I think that this quote is going to cover up too much of it. I don't want to cover up so much of that beautiful image. But I really like this image, so maybe I want to choose another one that's just like really tiny amount of words because I don't want to cover up too much. Because it's the colors. Oh my gosh, I just can't even get over that, how beautiful I find that image. Do I have another one that I could use? I'm sure I could find an image with roses in it that I'm like less besotted with to the point that I cannot use it. I've got this cute image. It's not roses, but it's cute for maybe like flowers. We've got these. Yeah, these are just some like cute little magical looking florally things. Little packaging bits. What else do I have here? I'm just digging through to see what I can find in here. Those are some cute flowers that we could use. I like these trees. I think there is one about trees. Here, sometimes I long to disappear to become one with the trees, with the rivers, with the stars. I don't know if I'm going to do that one because, again, I feel that I need stars. That's a pretty piece that we could use with words over it. That's some pretty carnations. I want to find something that's like got pretty wildflowers that I could, or just pretty flowers. Look, actually, we could maybe try and use that. That's a photo of a rose. It's not a magazine image, it's an actual photo that I found in a op shop, thrift store kind of a place. Oh, and there's that pretty little bit of roses there. That's nice. Could try using that. And this part's got some pretty florals down there as well. I think we could probably piece something together here. I bet we could do something. I'm just doing like just flipping through the last top layers. Okay. Let's see what we've got and what quote we could make work. So I've got these like flowers here, and then there's this little strip of rose. You know, something like this could piece together into a iCAD card about the wildflowers and the roses that could get kind of covered up, and I think that could be okay. All right, okay, we're going to just roll with what I've got there. Maybe I'll keep this out as well for in case if I need another strip, if it's just not quite wide enough or something. We'll see. Okay, I need the pin in this because I'm going to use glue stick for the bottom layer. There's my pin. And it was this rather large quote here that I wanted. I really love it. Take that quote, pop those out of the way. Let's get my gluey book, take that page off. Actually, I'll just use it, but I'll fold it in half. Get a card and let's actually first see if this is all going to fit. I think it should do. I think, where did I put that? Here. I think that it should be fine. I'm just wanting to see if this piece here and this, yeah, that will cover up the whole card. That's quite beautiful actually. And then maybe we could put some of those. I don't know if I even want it though. I actually think that just those pieces together, I really like the color contrast of it. So I'm going to stick this one down first. This is actually a scrappy cut off, I think, from another. Oh dear, I ripped it. That was a good chance of that happening. I can always piece that back together. I'm not too fussed. So that's going down there. This was a piece from another iCAD I had done. I'd used, I think, the other part of it maybe, or maybe on the other side. I can't remember. And this was like the cutoff, so that I want to put on down like that because I just think that we're going to need a little bit more. I don't think that rose piece is going to be quite long enough, so I'm just going to use that bottom of that piece there as my extra. Where are my scissors? What have I? They're under my book. Okay, let's trim it down. Let's see what we've got here. I'm just going to trim that edge. It's a little bit rough. Okay, and then we want this piece on like that. Yeah, so that green's just going to come around. I hope you can see. Just peek around underneath there. I think that is beautiful. And then we'll put our quote on, and that will be our fourth card done. So we're really rocking and rolling today, aren't we? Which is good because, like I said, we're getting to the end of the month. iCAD's almost done. I really want to get a bunch of these done so that I can complete the challenge. Last year was my first year doing iCAD, or doing iCAD for more than like a day before giving up. And I loved it. I didn't quite get it finished. I got halfway through July, I think. And then we had kids come and live with us, and my time just went out the window to do extra projects like that. So I didn't quite finish it, but I got quite a few done. And this year I'm loving it maybe even more. I've really loved this structure of the magazine images and the poetry. I have loved the structure of this. I just think they look so good. And I really think that I'm going to use these. I'm going to use them as journal cards, I think. Because I love adding poetry and things like that to my journal. So these poems that I've really fallen in love with and wanted to make art around, I just can be assured that I will fall in love with them at other times and want to add them into my journal. Let's get this cut down. I actually am honestly like, I don't even know if I could top this project for next year. Like, will I just need to do the same thing? Will I be doing the same thing next year? Adding like poetry to the cards? Because I just don't know if I could have done found a project that for iCAD that I want to do more. Or even the same. I don't know. We'll see. Next year I might totally have a new idea that fits really well. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? But this year I've been super stoked that I decided to do this. I think last year when I did it, it was a lot of collaging with magazine images, and I did use like words from magazines too, but it'll be just like a word or a phrase, and I think the poetry has lifted the game for me. I've loved it. It is more work in a sense that I've got to like actively go and search and find poems, but that's been a good, like, this has given me a really good reason as to why I should look up beautiful poems and words and phrases and lyrics and things like that. So it's been great. Are you guys still doing iCAD? I know that a bunch of people, I mean, this is one of those projects that it's 2 months. It's a long time. It's a lot of work. So I know that there will always be a lot of people that are like so gung-ho, me included. Look at me go now, like I'm way behind, but like super gung-ho at the start, and then as time wears on, you kind of forget about the project and it disappears. I am not letting myself forget about it. I've thought about it. Trust me, I have. I've thought like, oh gosh, I'm behind. I don't know. Maybe I'll just give up. But I'm glad that I've not, because I think I'm really going to love having this project completed, and I think I'm going to love having these cards to maybe send in Happy Mail or add to my journal or add to my Bible or add to, you know, gift to people. They're really super imperfect looking, but I think that they're fun. And even if I just, you know, I don't know, have them sitting around so that I can just look at the poem and look at the art. How fun. How fun. I'm loving this. And around the corner, and then I think when this one's done, we might call it quits for the video, and I might glitter them and then call it quits for the video, because we've been going for a little while now, and like I said before, I'm real tired. I have peopled and peopled and peopled and peopled, so I think I need to get these done. And I have a little bit more I wanted to do on Patreon mail. I want to get that finished off. So I've got a few more things I want to do this afternoon, and it's been like the most beautiful weather, and I've been in here at my desk, and I kind of would love to go for like a quick 20-minute walk or something before, because we're supposed to have another terrible week next week of weather. This week, beautiful, sunny, warm. Like the second half of this week is just gorgeous, apparently. Like we've got 17, 18 degree days, which is lovely for winter, which is obviously Celsius. Beautiful, beautiful winter days. So stunning. I want to make the most of it, because next week we've got snow to sea level or something. So it's going to be back to freezing cold in an instant. So I want to make the most of like this sunshine that we're having. It's just glorious out there. I spent maybe 20 minutes outside at lunchtime. I just sort of ate my lunch out on the veranda. That was very beautiful. So I want to finish this up and maybe go for a quick 20-minute walk up and down the road and then back into it. Maybe that's what I'll do. Give my legs a bit of a stretch. Might wake me up a little bit, because like I said, we're tired over here. Have some more coffee. I don't know what time it is. I'm going to guess it's like 1:30 in the afternoon at this point. Maybe-ish. 2 o'clock perhaps. In this video that you are watching, it will have gone up on Friday for me. and I'm filming it on Thursday, so I don't know if you're interested in knowing when I filmed, if that makes any difference to you. These are getting a lot closer together than I had anticipated, so now they're not going to be in the same sort of like length that I thought, which is okay, but not what I planned. I love this. I love this. This was one I saw on someone's Instagram stories. I can't remember who it was, so I'm so sorry if it wasn't, I don't think it was that person's quote. They just found it and posted it in their stories. And I just thought it was so beautiful. So I took a screenshot of it and I've had it sitting in my phone for a while, and I thought this would be a really great thing to do with it, to kind of make some art from the quotes I come across that I love. Okay, that's good. Now let's punch those corners. Let's put the pin back in, punch the corners, and then glitter them. Actually, also let's write on the back. So I can't flip it over once I've put the glitter on. iCAD 24, day, was it 42? Oh, I just put 2, day 42. There we go. Okay, and we'll pull them out. Oh, we had another one, didn't we? What were? There we go. Oh, I'm so happy with getting 4 more of these done. That feels like a really good achievement. A good chunk moved, you know, moving the needle, a good chunk. I think they're so pretty, and I love the quotes. Ah, so pleased. Was that 4 that we did? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 was what we did. Okay, so let's get some glitter on these. I think this one I want to go with my blue glitter. I just think that could work. Let's see what ones we've got. We've got the black. I don't think I'll probably use black today. I've got, is that the blue one there? Yeah, there's the blue one. I think that'll look lovely with this. There's a star stuck to the bottom of that. Probably I'll go with gold on this one. Maybe this one as well. This is my gold, but it's basically empty. I'll see if I can get anything out of that, but I don't know that I will. I've picked up a new gold though recently, so I've got a new gold. I've got Kaleidoscope, which is a whole bunch of rainbowy colours. Oh, do I want to put Kaleidoscope on this one? I maybe do. That seems just fun to me. And then we've got Clear, or this. I think I'm going to go with that one, which again, I have recently purchased another one. I have a purple glitter somewhere too, don't I? I think I do, but I'm unsure as to where the purple one is hiding at the moment, because I don't feel like I've used that one very much throughout this process, so I'm not sure what I've done with it. It should just be here, because I keep all my glitters just here. Unless it's, I don't know. Well, I don't think I'd, oh, it's here. It's here. Found it. I don't know that I would use purple on any of these ones anyway. So now I need to find my glitter pen, which is just a pen. It's just a regular old pen. Is it this one? Yes, but I use the back of it to smear glitter. So it's become the glitter pen. And let's pull up the sleeves. It's getting actually quite warm in here because I've got my heater going. Blue. Let's put this on. Let's get it going. So I just shove my pen into the glitter and scoop some out. Let's add that blue glitter all over. Oh, this is the last touch that just sort of brings these cards all together for me, is just smearing glitter on them. Let's get that bit of paper off there. I love glitter, and this glitter, this is the Folk Art Glitterific. I love them. They're really, really beautiful. They are quite expensive, I think, but they're just so pretty that I can't resist. I love how chunky the glitter is in them. I just think they're so pretty. I prefer the chunkier ones. They do have some, like the black is quite a much finer glitter. I have found, I think maybe the purple is was the purple a little bit finer? Oh no, that's got some good chunks in there. The black does have some chunks, but I find it a bit finer. And I prefer the chunkier glitter. Just a preference. I just want to put a little bit more over here. Okay, so I'm going to put this one off to the side. There is something beautiful coming, even if it is only the sun. Love it. So I'll just pop that one up off the desk. Right, we want to go with Tangerine Neon for this one. That's the colour of this really hot pink looking one. Tangerine Neon, I love it. It's very thick, this one, because it's very old, and so it's a bit harder to smear around because it just wants to clump, but it's fine. We'll get there. I want to use it up before I open the new one, and it's pretty close to being used up. But you can see it's like just blobbing around in clumps. I don't know if you can tell, but it's not smearing as easily as some. Feels like it's a little bit separated, actually, like it's almost like, I don't know, it's like all the glitter is clumping together and then there's almost like a bit of the glue that's sort of separated off. I don't know. This one's very chunky and is going to take a very long time to dry because this glitter is thick. I don't know if you can tell, but that's very thick, but it's just the way it is with how old it's gotten. But I just love it. Oh, it's actually going to be so stunning with how thick it is. Like it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of cool that it's this thick in a way. Right, that one says, some people could be given an entire field of roses and only see the thorns in it. Others could be given a single weed and only see the wildflower in it. Perception is a key component to gratitude, and gratitude is a key component to joy. Adore that. So that one's off to the side now to dry. And we'll put these lids back on because we don't need them to thicken out even more. Now we wanted to go with gold on this one. Let's see if we can get any gold out of this because I think it's pretty well used up. There's a tiny bit in there, so we might get some of it out and then may have to move on to the new one. We'll see what we go. Oh, it's actually, we've got a wee chunk there. This one's quite thick too. Again, the pink and the gold are the ones I've replaced recently because they were basically used up and old. I think if I was choosing just one of them, gold might be it. I don't know. Everyone's going to have different preference on their glitter, but gold is just a classic. Got a bit of pink on there, but that's also fine. Do not mind. Actually, quite a lot of pink on that side. It's all good. Beautiful. Allow the subtle thing. Oh, I don't want glitter to be on the words too much. Allow the subtle things to be glorious. Flip fear into courage. Sweetly anticipate nothing in particular. Be rocked and riveted by the ordinary. Think poetically. Look for the beauty. Create magic and be love. Oh, so pretty. I love it. Okay, that one's going up out of the way, and then we've got this one here which I was going to use Kaleidoscope on. I don't use this one very often. This is certainly probably, this and the black would be my least used. This is probably even less than black because it's all the colours. It's like quite an intense mixture, but I think it's actually quite fun on here. I actually really like it. I like it. I think because the background is a whole bunch of different colours like this too. It's, I don't know, it kind of works somehow. This one's a lot thinner, but it's like spreading a lot easier because it's been less used. It's not just the dregs in the bottom. I'm going to put a bit in between that gap a little bit. Just smear it on. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. And this one says, hung on my bedroom wall is a quote attributed to Joan of Arc. I am not afraid I was born to do this. However my life unfolds, goes my thinking, is how I am meant to live it. However my life unspools itself, I was created to bear it. By Esme, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't pronounce her name, Wei Zhan Wang. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it at all, but that's my attempt. But that is beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much for being here and working on my cards with me. I am so in love with them. I will catch you all again really soon for my next video. Bye, friends.